Hey guys, Mist Gaming Cave here, and as you can see, I'm on Tutorial Island in Old School Runescape. Today I'm creating a brand new Unique Ironman account, and I wanted to make a little intro video for you guys so I could go over the rules and the goals. So if there's anyone that wants to do this journey with me, they have all the rules in front of them and they can get started without having any immediate questions of what things they can and can't do. I've been watching lots of Unique Ironman videos on YouTube lately, and I was really inspired and I wanted to kind of create one around my favorite skill in RuneScape, which is Slayer. So this account is going to be very Slayer based. I don't necessarily know what to call it because I think Slayer only is a little too specific, and I don't think my account isn't Slayer only. Um, I thought about calling it Slayer Locked, but if you guys at the end of this video, after hearing everything, have any suggestions that you guys can come up with, please let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear them. I don't know what to call it yet, but obviously I want a name for it. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the rules. So the first rule is obviously you have to be an Ironman. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm deciding to do a hardcore Ironman. I don't think I've got the experience in Old School RuneScape to do a ultimate Ironman, so I decided to do a hardcore one. The second rule is that fishing and cooking are freely trainable. The third is I'm not going to use shops at all to the best of my ability, but the main thing is I'm not going to use them for gear upgrades, so I can't buy armor, weapons, or ammo from shops. The fourth rule is all gear is obtained or crafted from monster drops. So I can train my smithing skill, but only if I get the ore and bars from creatures to do so. The fifth rule is I can only kill creatures that give Slayer experience when killed on a Slayer task. So if a creature can't give Slayer experience, I can't kill it on this account. So I'm only allowed to kill things that I can kill as alternatives to Slayer tasks, or obviously the creatures that can be assigned through Slayer. The sixth rule is I can unlock access to killing a creature off task only after completing a task for that creature previously. So I didn't want to lock myself into only killing creatures on task because then grinding out materials for things like smithing and crafting would be extremely tedious and heavily reliant on RNG. And I want to use Slayer points for other things outside of what the Slayer shop uses them for. So I don't want to have to constantly spend my points skipping tasks to try and get specific creatures to grind out materials. So I have to unlock. I can unlock access to creatures off task, but I have to do a Slayer task for that creature first. Seventh rule is any non-boss death results in any of my unlocked creatures being locked again. So this is kind of made to make hardcore feel like the first death isn't the only death that matters. So after I die, I still am going to want to avoid dying to the best of my ability so I don't have to unlock all my creatures again. The eighth rule is I'm only going to do quests if they're required for Slayer content or clue scrolls. And the ninth rule is clue scrolls are allowed, but they have to be unlocked before you can do any. So what I've decided after talking with some people is that after a task streak of 50, I can start doing clue scrolls, but I can only do the beginner tier. And then every task streak of 50 after that, I unlock another tier of clue. And this is kind of designed so that your gear upgrades won't come primarily from clue scrolls. I know clue scrolls are technically obtained through Slayer, but they can be obtained through other means as well. But I want the main gear upgrades to come from killing Slayer creatures and getting their drops, and from like using the materials they drop to make my own gear. So I didn't want you to be able to like start grinding beginner clues right away and then immediately getting like steel gear and if you're lucky black gear, because while that gear isn't good in the grand scheme of things in terms of things that you can get early on in the game, they're actually pretty good. So I wanted to make it so you had to reach a certain point in the game before you could start doing clue scrolls. And I felt like 50 was a reasonable number of tasks because then that gear won't necessarily be upgrades, but it'll be really good for like bridge items that kind of help you get the defensive or offensive stats you need to go kill something that drops the gear that you can actually wear. That would be way better. I guess the goals I have for the account would be I want to max my combat stats, I want to max my Slayer stat, I want to collect the clue scroll uniques, I want to max my stats that I can train through getting through the monster drops I get. So like farming, I can get seed drops, and then the herb lore I get obviously tertiaries, and I can get herb drops, but I'm also going to use the herbs that I get from farming because the seeds are obtained from monster drops. And then obviously also my crafting and my smithing. I want to try and max those stats as well. And last but not least, I want to collect all the unique Slayer drops, including drops from bosses. So any boss that can be assigned through Slayer or can be killed as an alternative to a Slayer task, which I think pretty much includes almost all the bosses in the game. I want to collect all the unique drops from. So that really gives me a lot of like later game content and a lot of things that I'll have to grind. And currently right now, I plan on only doing bosses on tasks. So bosses won't have the same unlock method. They won't have the same criteria to be able to kill them as regular creatures. I'm only going to do those on task. And in addition to the collection log in game, I think that I want to create my own Slayer log that I kind of go through and I look at all the creatures I can kill and find unique items that they drop and make my own little Slayer log that I kind of keep track of myself. So I want to collect those drops in addition to the drops that I already plan on collecting for the collection log. But that really covers everything. We're just about to get to tutorial, or we're about to get off Tutorial Island now. So once I get to Tutorial Island, I plan on dropping everything I have except for my fishing net. And the cool thing about it is I won't be able to kill anything. I can't kill anything until I go get a Slayer task. And the Slayer task dictates the first thing I can kill on the account. Hopefully I'm going to release one video a week. That's going to be the goal. That give little progress updates. Also, I'm a student. I'm in college right now, and I'm also a part-time. I also have a part-time job. So I'm gonna try my best to do one a week, but I'm also new to YouTube in general, so please be aware of that. I'm gonna try my best, but if it takes me 2 weeks to get another video out, please understand it's because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm learning, and I'm trying my best, and I'm not unmotivated. I'm doing it. I'm really excited about this account. So I really appreciate you guys watching. So hopefully we can go get our first Slayer task now. And hopefully I will see you guys next week with a video update. So unfortunately, the very first task we got was monkeys, which honestly, I'm not that mad about. It's not something that they don't have any drops, but at least they're low level and it's not something I'm really going to need a ton of food for. So I think I'm going to just start going to kill them right away, and hopefully we get a better second task. But I guess it could be worse. I could have something worse than monkeys, but I'm fortunate that the first task I get isn't going to really have any gear upgrades for us. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at this video. I think I'm going to stream progress of this account on my Twitch channel, so I'll put that in the description and stuff. If you don't want any spoilers, I wouldn't come to the Twitch channel because I'm going to be making a lot of my progress, that a lot of the grindy progress that you guys won't see in the videos is going to be done on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, please let me know. If you guys have any, like I said before, suggestions for names of this, please let me know as well. And I hope to see you guys next week in the video. Thanks for watching.